Well, good morning, Miramar, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Tamara G. As always, check us out on all of our social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the City of Miramar. And with me today, I have a very special guest. Her name is Bianca Soriano. She is a Florida Power and Light Company energy expert. And we're going to be talking with Bianca today about how we can save money right here in South Florida, particularly in Miramar, on our bills. Because let me tell you, it has been one of those seasons where it has been so hot, Bianca. Could y'all have made it any hotter, FPL?
We can't control that, but we can control how we operate. And I know we're doing everything we can, right, to make our company as efficient as possible so that we can also keep bills as low as possible. But you're right, it's been extremely hot. Just getting in and out of the car feels like a challenge. And that's why we're here today, so we can share ways for our customers to save on their bill.
Okay, so we have to ask the question, why do the energy bills tend to spike during Florida's hottest months? But I mean, we're hot every month, so it just seems like, but it's been that way lately for the last several months, right?
Yeah, I think the last several months have definitely, there's been a lot of increasing temperatures. It feels kind of like an oven out there nonstop. And so the AC is actually turning on a lot more throughout the day now than it might have, let's say, 6 months ago when we had some really great cold fronts or even in the milder months. So that's really the reason behind bills increasing now. The good news is there's some simple things we can do to help keep our costs under control.
Okay, well, we've got to get right into it, Bianca.
Mhm.
What are those simple things? Because I know a lot of people, nobody wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? I'd like to give FPL extra money today, or I
That's right.
or I want to be hot in the middle of the summer. So tell us those simple tips that can definitely keep us on the straight and narrow when it comes to saving money.
That's right. And so these tips are the most important tip is based on your comfort and your budget. It's the thermostat. There's a debate, I'm sure, in all households, right, as to where to keep the thermostat, especially when you're sleeping or when you're home. Everyone likes it a little different. We recommend between 75 and 78 degrees. For every degree you raise it in that range, you are going to save 3 to 5% on your cooling costs. A much simpler way to cool off directly is using a fan. Fans cool people, not the room, but you will feel 3 degrees or so cooler when you turn on your fan and you're sitting right under that.
So now, Bianca, you said 75 to 78. As women of a certain age or a woman of a certain age, you're trying to kill
Got
me.
it.
You're
I like
trying
to
to kill
sleep
me.
at 70, so I get
Okay, great.
it.
Okay, and so truly it does matter, or I guess it depends on what your household likes. Like literally
That's right.
every
And your
household.
budget.
Okay,
That's right. See, I can turn up my temperature all the way up to 78 if I'm not going to be home. Because on a normal day when it's not summer, right, there's no one really at the house. So there's no need to cool it down. But if you have a programmable thermostat and you can use an app, you can have that temperature come down as you know you're going to come home, right? So the house is not warm. It really does just depend on what your comfort level is and your budget.
okay. And so where does it fall if somebody wants to keep their air on 24/7? Let's say they keep it at 75. 24/7. I never turn it off.
I would say that 75 is a really smart place to keep it, especially during these temperatures. And I would say that if it's extremely hot in your house, use your fan. And also close your blinds and your curtains, especially if that's a part of the house where the sun is coming in and warming up the area. Additionally, we recommend that you try to use things like air fryers or small toaster ovens to cook when possible. The oven really warms up your kitchen and whatever space is around it, also making your AC turn on more than it has to. A couple other simple things is your water heater. It can actually vary the temperature. You can turn it down to 120, still have nice warm water, hot water if you want that for your shower. And lastly, I'll mention the washing of clothes. You don't have to use hot water for that. In fact, most of the electricity used when washing clothes is heating up water. So just use the cold water setting.
Well, look at you, Bianca, telling us something new today. Because I was always told, whites in underwear in hot water so you can kill all the
Right.
germs and everything. So you're saying that you don't necessarily have to do that?
I
or is it based on, again, the budget and what you're trying to save?
Most laundry detergents now are well equipped, especially after COVID, to kill all sorts of bacteria, and the high energy efficiency appliances a lot of us have work very well with those new laundry detergents. So really the cold water is sufficient.
Oh, wow. Okay. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much for watching Good Morning Miramar. I'm your host, Tamara G. We are speaking today with Bianca Soriano. She is a Florida Power and Light Energy Expert, and she is talking with us today, particularly to show residents of Miramar and others who are watching, thank you, by the way, for watching, how to save on our bill this summer, because it just seems, and in any time during the year, it just seems like, being in Florida, it's going to be hot. And is it something that we are just resigned to, Bianca? Or can we, I know you've given some tips, will these work even in other seasons of the year?
Absolutely. And here in South Florida, particularly, these tips can apply year round. We did see that when it got colder, very early on this year, some of our folks who are not used to the very cold weather use their heater. We also have similar recommendations if we get more cold fronts next time, right? You don't need to necessarily put your house at the super warm temperature. In that case, we would recommend 68. But, it's really just a matter of using your, education that you're receiving here. Looking at our website, you can actually see exactly how much electricity you're consuming in your home. We have a tool called the FPL Energy Manager to help you do that. It shows you how the temperatures outside, whether hot or cold, are affecting your electricity use, which appliances are consuming the most, what time of day. So again, it's the FPL Energy Manager, and it's really a great way to see your personal use and personal ways to save.
Okay. And so, what do you say to people like my mother, who would always think that when you leave the house, you're supposed to turn the air off? Turn
Oh,
that air off because it's going to cost me money. It's running, and we come back and the house is like, sweltering because the air's been off for 3 or 4 hours. But
that's
she saved two
actually
dollars.
something we
She
should,
saved $2.
you, you actually may be spending more by doing that, believe it or not. And that's because a good practice is to turn it up to 80 or 82 if you really just want to keep, the AC use under control. If you turn it off when you come back, your AC is going to run a long time to bring that temperature back down versus if you set it at 80 or 82 and you bring it down 2 degrees at a time, your AC, will work efficiently and do its job.
Okay.
Turning it off is actually not the best idea.
Okay, but why have we been doing that for so many years, Bianca? I mean, obviously we just didn't know, right? Because that's what people do.